What does leading with heart and soul mean to me? My name is Nana Niarco, and without a vision, people perish. Absolutely. Okay, this is a Bible verse, or you can say a quote, that vibrated with me and that I remember fondly growing up, specifically relating it to purpose and integrating that with hope and faith. Um, whether it is a triumphant situation or a turbulent situation in both professional and personal spaces, having the foundation of purpose, faith, and hope makes for being a transformative leader. Is leading for heart and soul for everyone? Well, controversial to say, and most likely popular opinion, I reject the notion that a person can lead with heart and soul if their personal disposition is built on ego, just as St. Clair had mentioned with us and shared with us in class. It really depends on the condition of oneself. If you're a closed person, if your heart is hardened, how can you display the courage to lead with long-term direction when the condition of your own heart is not in the right place? So Dr. Scott had mentioned, as part of a longer quote, we act from where we are. And those few words gave off an aroma of such power in my experience. If we're not in the right place, again, as simple as that, and that includes our heart, our soul, where we're at in our mind, how are we going to act is a determinant for how we're going to act and respond as a leader. What did it look like during Hurricane Katrina? Well, Hurricane Katrina is a possible example of a dire situation that required immediate action and leadership. And from what I remember many years ago, the media displayed uh, uh, what was going on in New Orleans as, first of all, in delay in resources, lack of accessibility, actually shining a light on what was already going on amongst the people of color, specifically Black and brown people of color living in New Orleans. And there was a judgment of people that were going through the situation. They were experiencing mounds of catastrophe on top of one another in that space, in that place, in that environment. But simultaneously, I can say that I also did see a beautiful picture of community, with people within the community helping one another and being an anchor of support to one another, which is a fulfillment of purpose, especially amongst people of color. And that to me was a true display of effective, real leadership. What did it look like for Dr. Scott? From what I read, it seemed to be a matter of faith and time. At that moment, when there was nothing else to do, no one else to turn to except by faith, living by faith and turning to faith, that seemed to be the ultimate catalyst to seeing a light at the end of the tunnel for a possible positive outcome for the student involved in this tragic situation. What does leading with heart and soul look like for me? Well, it means that I have to create a vision for myself, a healthy one, in all aspects of my life, in order to be able to lead in that direction. And yes, I vibrate with the notion of making those healthy, constant deposits into myself so that the withdrawals that come from me to others, whether it be students, the staff that I work with, the faculty, my superiors, I can be the best version of myself for them if I'm able to make and save those positive deposits into my own being. And it means taking care of myself, right? And that is an eternal goal as an eternal learner that I have for myself in the future in the field of educational leadership. Thank you.